Hey, YouTube people. That's the way I'm doing it today. It's episode 2 of Westworld. I got 5 on it. I haven't seen this show, even though I only uploaded the first episode last week. I haven't seen the show in 2 months since the first day it was released. When it was released, I watched it. I was like, hey, it's Westworld starting back. Watch it. But I had so many shows going at the time that I just couldn't add it to the schedule. So it's been 2 months. Luckily, I did edit it just a few days ago, so I got to get it into my brain again. So, first episode, we've got Dolores, we've got this machine that's... There seems to be this sort of... By the way, when I was originally watching it the first time, I was like, great, this is great. I'll be able to watch it in real time with everybody and no risk of spoilers. But now, everybody who's watching will have seen everything. So, if I say something that's just completely stupid, don't tell me. If I say something that's right on the money, don't tell me. Just enjoy me watching and saying stupid things and having stupid theories and, you know, just enjoy me doing it blind. So yeah, it seems to me that there's this machine and there's Dolores, and their interests do not align. And she is coming to, you know, deal with this machine. That's the gist of what I'm getting from that. In the first episode, it involved her getting close to the guy who she thought had access to it. Turns out that guy didn't really have access to it. He had read access to it. He didn't have, you know, his hands inside it. And that the people or the person controlling it, you know, will see Dolores coming. So that stuff 100% interests me. I'm intrigued. I love AI. I love that sort of battle of AIs. You ever see... I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's another show that does this and does it very well. And I'm not even going to mention that show because mentioning the show is a spoiler in itself. So if you know the show I'm talking about, you know the show. Caleb? Why did I pronounce it like that? Caleb, aka Jesse Pinkman, aka Aaron Paul. He is the heart of the show in season 3. We followed him a good chunk of that first episode, and we followed him for a reason. He's going through a lot of shit, and this futuristic way of dealing with stuff and the futuristic world he lives in, not very healthy, not very, you know, psychologically helpful. Even though it's supposed to be. It's too impersonal, it's too... Like he was applying for a job and then he got rejected by a bot pretending to be a human. He doesn't feel connected to this world much. That's why he's doing these semi-illegal, fully illegal side jobs just to get by. So you really feel for him. And at the end, he's looking for something a bit more real. He has Dolores now. So that's a very interesting pairing, and I hope they stick with that pairing. And I hope... Because I think they will have a good dynamic. Together, because he's not looking for anything from her, and she is not looking for anything from him, you know? He's not a cog that she needs to exploit, and he's not looking to just, you know, bang her, you know, bring her to Westworld and have his way in a barn with her, you know? So they're in a good place right now to meet. Even though she's super scary AI super lord, and he's just a guy. Bernard is hiding, sort of. He changed his identity. He is concerned that Dolores is going to be the end of everything, and he wants to fight against her, but he doesn't have the tools, he doesn't trust himself, he doesn't have the friends to do that. And at the end of the episode, he's going to go back to Westworld. That's where he's sailing off to. I was going to do this motion. It's not sailing. And we also have Maeve, who we didn't see in the first episode, or rather I didn't see in the first episode because I stopped it when the credits started to roll. So I still haven't seen that, so that's the first thing we're going to do, which is going to be awkward for me to line up in editing. Going to have to pick a spot, maybe when the credits just start. Yeah. So we'll do that straight away. We'll watch the Maeve bit, see if it's interesting, and then we'll go into episode 2. So what I remember about Maeve in season 1 is that she became super... She put up all her stats. She had control over other AI. And in season 2, she went on a quest to find her daughter. You know, she went back to basics, went more heart-based. So now, I don't know where she's going to be. I can't really remember how that ended. Herself and Dolores are not aligned. They are on similar power levels, but their interests are different. And Maeve may be still in Westworld. She might be somewhere else. She can do what she wants. She has that power. So, let's see. Episode 1. Let's go to the end of it. This is the end of it. Screen goes to black there. Okay. So hopefully we've lined this up okay. We're just gonna watch the credits until the Maeve stuff happens. Here we go. Okay, she's awoken and she seems confused. Like she doesn't know where she is. And she's holding a gun. Okay, it's a good way to start. You wake up in a room, you're holding a gun. You're still yourself. Dead bodies on the floor. Just a normal day. Okay, someone frightened to see you. Don't let him go. You've got him tied up for a reason. You speaking German? Oh! It's World War II Park. It's Nazi World. Okay, good. Proper end. I'm going to stop it now. If there's more. So, 2 possibilities. 1, she has travelled back in time somehow. Discount it. Not true. 2, this is it's just a park. We know there's a samurai world. We know there's Westworld. We know there's India world. You know, the one with the lion, the tiger. Remember that place? So this is just another, come to this place, get out your aggression, your wartime. You know what I'm saying. The interesting thing is she doesn't know how she got there. And she didn't say anything. But you can kind of tell by her body language that she's confused. She doesn't know why she's holding a gun, who this guy in the chair is, where she is. And so this story seems very disparate and very separate from Bernard's and Caleb/Dolores. So that'll be interesting to watch. So episode 2, which we're about to watch. Is there anything else I want to say? No, except that anybody in the show can be replaced. Anybody on the show can be an AI, a robot. Don't trust anything, but don't overcomplicate it, you know? And people will always be 2 steps ahead of where you think they are in any given situation. And there was more world building in that first episode, you know? Different companies, yeah. And I love the futuristic shots. So, without further ado, what are we, 15 minutes into this? Let's actually get to episode 2. This is a fascinating way to do it previously, wordlessly, and it's all focused on Maeve, so this could be a Maeve-only episode. Yeah, remember that weird where they
looking
were
for a friend.
Sending them?
Westworld.
Is he looking for Maeve, maybe? Who else could he be looking for? The Hemsworth guy?
Help me out! Hilfe!
Help me! I wonder what he could be talking about. Hello, what's going on in here? It's someone we know, is it? Yay, it's, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were dead.
Death is overrated.
Where are we?
Stranded in hell.
Can we just walk in a straight line until we get out of it?
I've been searching for them. The Allies would be slaughtered unless we could get them this.
We're just playing our part in winning the war? He just wants to know where the party's at. Ooh, we're looking for the thing he has. It's just a recipe for noodles that my wife gave me.
Let us pass immediately.
Ooh, Jedi mind trick. It's not working. She lost her power? Ooh,
Less than the style you're accustomed to.
that's a car. That's what I'm talking about. Don't shoot the car.
I tried to use my powers on the soldiers,
Didn't
but
work.
it didn't work. I think I've lost them.
You lost none of your power over me, my love.
He's
Where
a
are we
smoothie,
going?
isn't he?
Don't-
Did they nerf her
Not
powers
disguise.
so that the story would be more interesting? Because she can't just make everything happen the way she wants anymore? Sometimes they do that with superhero shows. Deliberately nerf someone who's overpowered. What's going to stop them from flying away? Dead pilot? That could stop him.
We must go, Isabella.
Isabella,
Why are you calling me Isabella?
you don't know who I am, do you?
He's just... He just thought she was... yeah. It's just a story to him.
Give them the plans.
Part of this.
She's like, none of this matters. Who cares if the Germans win?
You were never escaping to begin with.
It's just a loop. She'll like wake up in the chair or something if she gets killed.
None of it matters.
At least she still has her, her knowledge. Maybe she can wake up in the, like she did last time when they're fixing her. I could learn to play that. Ooh, I like this part.
Westworld.
Welcome home. Now, who's still there? Remember everybody was shot off into space? Something like that? Maybe some of our old favorites are still here? Just can't think of anybody right now that survived and stayed.
How'd you get into this mess?
Ooh. Is it the same dude?
Fear's fear.
Her friend?
Sarah's cannon fodder.
Now she can talk. What the hell's going on? What's his name? Why didn't he stay to talk? Is this a simulation? Try your powers on him. Remember, don't trust anything, don't overcomplicate things. Hey! Hey!
Security. We have a
Does he not
situation down
remember?
here.
This is weird. Isn't it? Both of those people should have... I don't know.
So let's just call the whole thing off, shall we?
Suicide?
Stop! Just put your guns down.
Yay!
The technician must have left her in character.
Isn't he dead?
Maybe too much.
He was in love with her, wasn't he? Can we get some answers now, please?
I saw you die.
Did you? With Hector.
At least he's acknowledging her
Get careful.
in the right way.
So you put me in War World.
You think this is a
War
dream
world.
scenario for me?
I could join the others. My daughter?
Often the
It's not often that I get to write a happy ending.
space arc. This is Anthony Hopkins' house, right? The one where his family was, with the secret underground. Just on a slight production note, the audio for these episodes, the music is way too loud, and the speaking is way too low, so it's going to cause problems editing. The balance isn't right. Hey, didn't we have questions over whether he was a human or a robot dude? He shot himself?
You're one of them.
One of us.
Of us, I mean.
Yeah.
Stubbs, why were you trying to blow yourself up?
It's my job to protect every host in the park. I guess you could say I was made redundant. I had a job to do, and my job is over.
It just had one function, and then...
Which makes me wonder if free will might not be somewhat overrated. Why are you back here, Bernard?
Dolores. I don't know how to stop her. She's out to destroy the human race or enslave it. I don't know
Something
what she's
like that.
planning. I think on some level she suspects she might go too far. That she needs a check on herself. I came back to find someone who could help me.
Dolores just
Someone
wants
strong enough to stop her if it comes to that.
not to be killed,
Maeve.
and she wants to take away of any threats that might lead to that.
Came back from Maeve.
I don't think that means the entire human race, though.
All right, I take you to her.
He's got a purpose again. Oh, she's in her chair again.
Where's that little sports car of yours?
I'd let the dude go.
Where are you stopping? There's a plane waiting.
The plane is a lie. Like everything else here. Come with me.
It's not bad of it, Hector.
I can't abandon the resistance.
Goodbye.
Over here. I couldn't smuggle a vehicle out, so these will have to do.
Horses. Oh yeah, these dudes. Forgot about them. Creepy.
You sure she's here?
Where else would she be?
Hopefully we don't have any split timelines this season. I've just been taking it for granted that everybody's living at the same time, but that may not be the case until we have people meeting up.
She never gave you the coordinates?
Why the hell would she do that?
I don't know. Why would she?
What on earth's got into you?
Yo, what has got into him? He's acting weird, like he's...
You changed me.
Is he real?
Oh, my darling.
He's not real.
You didn't make it after all, did you?
Yeah. Nobody's real anymore. Are the two... Remember the doctors? Are they
wouldn't want
they real?
Over here.
Okay.
We have a problem.
Is her head missing? Her orb is missing?
She's gone. Someone took her.
Oh. Simulation is... It's not real. Nothing's real.
Oh my god.
She's in a simulation.
That extends to everything.
She's just an orb in a...
It's all a construct.
Are they trying to get information from her?
It's an active floor. It's going to be human personnel. You can't just swipe them away with your tablet.
That's what I have you for, isn't it?
These two seem real.
Others want
Like
escaped.
they're in the real world. This is not the
That
real
makes
world,
no
but they
fucking
are.
sense.
Whoever's doing this has gone to a lot of trouble to test me. Find out what I know.
That's why she has no powers as well.
Didn't you? Simulation is elegant, but it's flawed. Applied the same code inside the simulation as they used to build the simulation itself.
Sloppy.
As long as you're here, I wonder if you'd help me solve a little problem.
Just look at this for a
What
second.
is the square root of -1?
Oh,
What storyline is this?
they're gonna break
History, Benny.
complex numbers.
Theoretically, the real part of the non-trivial zeros is 1/2 our
Root.
What's the point of this little exercise?
Try to overwork the system.
We could prove times -1
Is P equals
is equal to
NP?
the principal square root of 1. Square root of
Fuck me.
Not likely, darling.
We don't have time for that. What do you do when you're trapped in a simulation?
You overtax the system. What happens if you add more complexity?
Let's find out.
The whole thing will break down. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Ooh. Game of Thrones world?
These systems are clean. If I can scan myself here.
You'll be able to see if there's any weird stuff going on with him?
You'd better buy me some time.
Everything relies on this. He has to be able to trust himself before he can do anything.
Search for any corruptions in the last 100 days.
562 corruptions.
Mincing scan.
Ooh. Flashback. Anything useful there, Bernard?
Doug?
Hey, guys. Did you see the game last night?
Do it.
Well, all hell's gonna break loose now. Release the dragon!
Send our teams.
Damn it! False alarm. I meant everything's fine.
Run.
Code green. Green, we're all good.
You're changing the coordinates.
Oh.
Bernard.
Shh, I'm having flashes.
We need to go.
Did he get what he needed? Is this where we overtask the system? Hey everybody, what's the meaning of life? There we go, we broke it. It's really well shot. Could we matrix the bullet away from him? Thank you.
You've successfully crippled the simulation.
Can we open a portal out of here?
No, darling.
Where are we?
This is where we really are.
Why are they moving so bloody slow?
They're not. Everything in their world merely appears slower to us because the simulation we're in runs at a much faster rate.
She's like a little orb somewhere. But like she can't get out. Like if she's just in a little orb, she needs a body, you know? We need to get her a body.
And there I am.
What do we do?
I reckon it's time to get me out of there, don't you?
Well, how are you going to manage that?
With help.
Hey, robot dudes. Can I borrow you for a second?
She'll do.
So, robot dudette.
I'm sorry, I can't take you with me.
Yeah, he's not an orb. He's just code. It's a risky play. She won't know if it worked until it's over and done with. I like this. Anything with super fast processing speed views the world moving at a slower rate. This is why if drones existed like this in reality, we'd all be screwed. How do we get the orb into a safe place? Well, humanity won that round.
Freeze all motor functions.
I forbid you to kill yourself. Gotta give him a new purpose.
You just got yourself a new core directive.
To protect Bernard Lowe at all costs.
Ooh, that's a dangerous directive. Because at all costs means shooting kids? Sure. They even look at Bernard weird way. It's a picture of the thing. Now where is she? I think she's still in the simulation. Are we gonna meet the architect? Concordantly? Ergo? Who is it? New guy. I recognize him from other things, but he's a new guy.
And who the fuck are you?
My name is Angerod Serac. Welcome to my world, Maeve. To the real world.
What's the square root of this flower?
I've reported before, but
We are in the middle of a war. And I need your help to win it.
so you're an oracle.
An oracle would merely predict the future. Our work is to create it. Unfortunately, if things continue on this path, there isn't any future.
He's in charge of the...
History has an author.
And that would be you, I suppose.
No?
No,
A system.
a system. There's someone we haven't accounted for.
Dolores.
Can you help us stop her?
So what do you want from me then?
I want you to track her down and kill her.
I do no one's bidding but my own.
Ooh. He's got a button.
But it would have been misguided of me not to take every precaution.
Careful, she could find a way around that
Perhaps
too.
next time we talk, I can persuade you that our interests are aligned.
We can reunite you with your daughter. That's all you have to say, dude. That's all she cares about. Good second episode. I was a bit worried because we weren't going to see anything from Dolores or Caleb, and it was just going to be focused on Maeve, and then she was in this Nazi world. I was like, could take or leave that. Not that interesting. But then when she got back into the real world and everything felt a bit off, and I was like, is she really in the real world? Is this just a simulation? And then eventually it turned out, yes, it was just a simulation. And then she figures a way to overtax the system by getting too many things going at once. It's kind of, you ever seen Rick and Morty? There's an episode like that. But I liked it. And then she managed to kind of hack into the system controlling the simulation, and she could see where she was being stored, and then she tried to rescue herself, but she couldn't. If I was that dude, she would still be in a simulation, and he would be projected in there. That could be the case. Because I wouldn't risk bringing her into the real world. She's too dangerous for that. She may even be more dangerous than Dolores. Certainly has more of a capacity for I don't know. Dolores and her are very different characters. And I don't want to say too much about how they're different, but or where their relative power levels are, because the story, whoever the writers have decided is the more powerful is who's going to be the more powerful. But whilst Dolores is like last season, she just went on a rampage. Very bitter against the world that had, taken advantage of her. Whereas Maeve's was more... I guess Maeve's was just about finding her daughter. I guess I find Maeve more interesting because she can break out of any cell that she's put in. She can kind of wake up from her situation. Whereas Dolores is very focused on her mission and what she wants to do. Maeve is more like, where am I? What do I really want? How can I make this happen? Is this really real? She's paying attention to the feelings and how other people are acting. I don't know, maybe they're more similar than I think. But this is interesting. It is the way I expected it to be. It's Dolores versus the system. And the system sees this anomaly, sees that it's going to lose, it sees that it's trouble, sees the future, can kind of predict how things are going to go. It's like a prediction machine. And when you have a prediction machine, you can make the world better by having people act in a certain way, because it knows if you do this, if this happens, the outcomes will be favorable. And then it sees Dolores kind of as a viper cracking that future. Everything is unclear now. She's a threat. She's trying to break the system, and the system knows that without the system, the future is chaos. So we need someone also at Dolores' level to maybe help us take her down. I've talked too much about that. That's obvious. All that stuff is obvious. Very interesting. I like it. And Bernard and Stubbs are going on a buddy adventure. He's got his little protector. He just needed one person, you know? He couldn't take on Dolores on her own. But now he's got some muscle. He's got some backup. Someone to watch his back. And Bernard suspects that Dolores deliberately brought him out and kept him alive as a little bit of a check on her own megalomania. That's what he suspects. That if things go really wrong, there is something that could potentially stop me from doing something horrendous. Which is also interesting. Anyway, first 2 episodes, great. Absolutely great. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Looks like there's 8 episodes. Kind of want to watch the next one right now. That's how you know I'm enjoying a show. When I'm just like, could I just binge 6 episodes today? I mean, I could. It wouldn't make for very good reactions because I'd get progressively tireder. I'd say progressively less things. I'd start lying back, just absorbing it. So I'll keep it a bit spaced for now. I don't know if I'll keep it up 1 a week or if I'll up the rate a bit, but yeah, we'll see. Enjoying it. It's keeping me guessing, keeping me on my toes. I like what they're doing with it so far. Who knows where it's going from here? It's not a show you can easily predict. The dude in the first episode thinks that the real world is just a simulation anyway. And he's right in the sense that he's living in a TV show. I believe we're living in a simulation here. And it's not just because I'm on YouTube. And perhaps the world that's simulating ours is also a simulation. Simulation's all the way up. But that is a conversation for a different day. Today is time for us all to rejoice and wait for next week. So I'll see you back here for episode 3. We'll get our thinking caps on. This is the only cap I've got, so I'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.